Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it is Christmas week and I've got my little Brussels sprouts on. This is quite a serious video, so I probably should take them off, but I thought I would invest some Christmas cheer into this video. So once again, it is a law of attraction video because I know you guys love these videos so freaking much, and I'm so glad you love them because I love filming them. So quite a lot's changed, I guess, since my last law of attraction video. There's also lots more videos in my law of attraction series I'm doing, so make sure to watch them first of all because they will have lots of helpful tips and tricks, and I talk about all the books and all the things I do, so this video may or may not make sense to you, so make sure to watch them as well. You can see them on my channel. So today I wanted to cover something which I think primarily is brought up in the comments of how do you just believe? How do you just believe? Because it's not easy, and it really isn't easy at all. You have to be in the right mind frame. You have to literally live as if, and I think a lot of people maybe struggle with that and don't know how to incorporate that or how far to go, or I don't know, maybe you just can't believe. Maybe it just seems so impossible that you can't believe it. So how do you believe? And I wanted to cover it because I think it's a great topic, and it's something which I've had to learn myself and learn to deal with, and with dealing with it, my manifestations have happened. I also want to cover crystals and to cover what you can do for the new year and Christmas period to bring on some magical manifestations, and going into 2017, what you can do to achieve all your dreams next year. So first of all, self-belief. So this is something which I never had. I had no self-love for myself when I started this journey 8 months ago. I was in a very bad place. And probably the darkest place I've been in my life. I suffered with anxiety and depression, and it was just the worst time. It was rock bottom, literally. What helps me was reading Rhonda Byrne's The Magic, and in there it taught you how to self-love. It taught you how to learn to love yourself, and it kind of gave you, I guess, little hints and tips of how to love yourself, because in this society we're taught that loving yourself is such a vain and flipping egotistical thing to do. No one should love themselves, and well, can you see what a mess we're in? So of course people need to love themselves, and it's a different kind of love. We're not going around oh, we're the best, I love myself so much. It's not like that at all. So what it is really is programming your mind and your attitude to really appreciate yourself and see your own worth, and not let people tell you your worth, because it's so easy for people to put us down, to belittle us, to literally just make us feel like poop, and that's not how it should be. We need to uplift ourselves, we need to up our standards, and this is what I say, you need to raise your standards. And again, people probably see that as egotistical or small-minded, but it's really not, because you're ditching the small-minded people. When you raise your standards, your whole life goes from here to up here, and I'm proof of that. I can say it works, and so many people I know have done the same. So don't tolerate bullshit, don't tolerate any small-minded crap. Literally up your standards, up your game, up your dreams, up everything. There's literally nothing negative that can come from upping your game and going for the gold, going for the big dream that you always want. And that could be anything. It doesn't have to be work goals, it doesn't have to be relationship goals, it can be absolutely anything you want in life, and you have to up your game. Your life has to match what you want. So for example, with finding a relationship, in my instance, I upped my game by becoming the person I wanted to attract, because attracts and I wasn't reflecting what I wanted in a man. So I wanted someone who's quite travelly and spiritual, but then I wasn't travelling or being spiritual myself. So I was being spiritual, but I wasn't reflecting what I wanted. And I think that can just come with anything, with money, with work, with absolutely anything. If you're not reflecting what you want, it's never gonna happen. So this is the whole acting as if. So what I've been doing relationship wise is dating myself. And that sounds crazy, I know, but it actually works. So what you do is you just literally have a relationship with yourself. So I set time, me and my friend who's also single will go out on dates together, and a female friend yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. So we'll go out on dates together and, you know, just act as if we were in relationships. And I think another really important thing to do is, especially with relationships, is acting as if means that if I was in a relationship, I wouldn't be looking for a relationship. So I stopped looking, I stopped doing absolutely everything. My point of this is you need to become what you want to attract. Like, I'm not saying become a car if you want to attract a car, but you know, like, I guess it's like with money. If you wanted to attract money, you wouldn't be feeling unhappy, you wouldn't be feeling like you didn't have money, you wouldn't be like saving money, you wouldn't be depriving yourself of treats, you would be treating yourself, you would be feeling happy, comfortable, you wouldn't even be worrying about money because you had money. So that's the mindset you need to get into, and I think that's a massive part of believing. That is the key part, because if you can't act as if, the rest isn't going to happen. And I think I've had two instances of this. So I've had the one side of the scale where when I've asked for a manifestation or a big manifestation, I've just known it's going to happen. So your gut will give you these little signs and these little instincts, and the universe will give you signs as well. And there have been some things where I've just known it's going to happen, and then it's happened really quickly because it's just been like, it was in my DNA. Like, I've known it so strongly and felt it so strongly. There was no shadow of a doubt. I think I'm just really in tune with my intuition, so I think maybe that's why I probably feel it more often than other people would. But you can train yourself to do that. It's not like a special talent. Like, you can train yourself to listen to your instinct and listen to your soul, and you know, it makes things a lot easier, and it helps you like be directed to the right things in life and the things that are actually meant for you as well. And then there's been other instances where I've manifested things and I haven't believed. Like, I've believed, but I haven't fully thought this is 100% going to happen. I'm like, of course I want it to happen and I'm going to believe it happens, but I'm not, you know, like, it would be interesting to see how it happens. In those instances, it hasn't manifested quickly, and some things I've even given up on. And when I say given up, it's just me getting in a huff and annoyed that it hasn't happened. So I'm like, oh, whatever, I don't want it anymore. And then it happens because I gave up, let go of control, and then probably ended up believing as well halfway through it. And yeah, hey presto, it happened. So I think there's two different ways people can manifest. And like, this whole visualization thing, like, I'm not a believer of it at all. Like, when I ask for things, yes, I do visualize it once and only once, not every day, all day, because then you obsess over it and then you're telling the universe, I want it, I want it, I want it. And what are you going to get back? You're going to get one. So for me, visualizing it once is a clear affirmation almost of, this is what I would love, but I'm okay with not having it as well. And then once I get into that state of forgetting about it, as I call it, and I'm like, no, I'm not bothered. If it happens, brilliant. If it doesn't happen, something better is going to happen. Once you're in that mind frame, that's when these manifestations just seamlessly come into your life, and everything seems blessed and everything seems really easy to you. And I guess another example of a big manifestation I've had recently is love. So not love in the sense of a relationship, but love in the sense of everything around me. So my friend suggested to me, instead of just focusing on love in a man or love in a relationship, focus on love in every aspect of your life. So instead of asking for a relationship or asking for a husband, I was like, thank you. I just kept saying, because this is what my friend did, and amazing things happened to her. So I kept saying, you know, what she said, thank you for all the love that's coming into my life. And I just said it every day, thanked like the universe for all the love that was coming into my life. And she said, don't think of a man, don't think of friends or family, don't think of anything, just think of the feeling of love. So I did that, and that was about 2 months ago I started doing that. And honestly, I kid you not, it's phenomenal sometimes, like the amount of genuine love in friends, family, work colleagues, brands I work with, even just people I meet sometimes are just like, I love you. And I'm like, oh my God, like, and it's, I guess, I mean, I don't know why I'm shocked by it. I asked for it and I received it. But I think because I believed that I did deserve that love, and I had enough self-love in myself to know that I was going to get the love that I do want, or not necessarily crave, but I deserve. And it's here and it's incredible and I'm so happy. And you know, if I knew it was this easy, I would have done it months ago, instead of like focusing on one thing. Like focusing on the general aspect of love is so much easier than thinking of like, I want a relationship, I want a husband. Like it doesn't, well, I don't think it worked. By focusing on just love as a whole, I've attracted so much more all-round love, which has given me more self-love and more confidence that, you know, everything is working out in my favour and everything's going exactly how it should be, basically. So you're the only person who can give yourself certainty. You're the only person who can give yourself that belief. You're not going to read it in a book. You're not just going to wake up and think, oh, I believe. It's not going to happen like that. You need to give yourself that certainty. And, you know, I suppose if you're quite new to this, you were probably like me in the early stages, where I just didn't believe that I deserved good things. I didn't believe I deserved all the, you know, all the love and all the things I wanted in life. I didn't believe I deserved it because of how I was made to feel in my past. And as soon as I snapped out of that, and as soon as I got into this positive state, and as soon as I just changed my mindset completely, and I've done lots of videos on this of how to change your mindset, it was almost like just a door opened and like all this abundance came in. And it was because I gave myself that certainty. So I, for example, like I'm gonna have to use the love thing again because that is such a big example of it, but you know, I would always look for fulfillment in a man. I would always look for, you know, for a man to fill that void, that like, you know, emptiness. And by doing that, I just attracted more emptiness and more meaningless nothingness. And it's crazy to think that I went through 4 years of this, but now I am definitely whole and complete and fulfilled. But I gave that to myself. No one's given me that, just me. And I guess it's with everything, whether it's like the dream job you want, the business you want to start, or anything you want, you need to give yourself that fulfillment. Like for me, I was thinking, when I meet my husband, I'm going to be so happy, I'm going to be fulfilled, and the world's going to be my oyster. Well, no, a man's not going to give me that. I give myself that, and then yeah, it is going to be happy, but I've already fulfilled and like conquered the world. I don't need a man to make me any more successful, if that makes sense. Financially, I wasn't that stable 8 months ago. Like obviously I had to start paying the rent on this place by myself, and I'd never factored that into when I moved into this place, and it was a scary time. And obviously I was like, well, a man would be living here, he would pay half, so let's find a man. And it's like, no. So I gave myself and manifested money and manifested a better way of living to give myself financial stability. I paid off all my debts from my exes. I paid off everything to give myself that certainty of financial abundance, stability, and that I could fend for myself and I didn't need a man. Then obviously emotional, so kind of got into a stage of like not envying couples, but when I looked at them I was like, oh, for God's sake, like why can't I be happy? And I was like, but you are happy, like what are you even talking about? Like you are happy. Like, and I think I just got into like these silly little ruts of probably just not even jealousy, but just like, ugh, like why can't I have a man? And I didn't need one, I needed to fulfill this first. I just focused on self-love, like I said, so I dated myself, so gave myself time. So I work every day, all day, and that's brilliant and amazing and I love it and I wouldn't change it, but obviously I'm not giving myself time for a relationship, am I? So I took time out of like date nights and then just watched a movie, took time out to myself, had a relaxing bath, did a face mask, or I'd go and get a massage, I'd get my nails done. So I would kind of self-love myself, so treat myself and make me feel loved and appreciated by me, if that makes sense. So I'd buy myself flowers, I'd buy myself, little things which would make me happy and feel loved and feel, you know, fulfilled as such. And I kind of just did it on a whim. I didn't really have a plan of why I was doing this, but it has worked. It generally has worked, and I'm in a great place where I am just, you know, I filled that void. There's nothing to fill anymore. It's just happiness, and, you know, great things are happening, and with Christmas and family, like, it's a great time, and my friends just had a baby, so it's such a great time for me to be around such like love and family and friends. But I think giving yourself the certainty is the biggest point in all of this, because if you can't give yourself that, you're not going to attract what you want ultimately. And it's hard, like, it's difficult to just sit there and be like, Emma, don't you worry about a thing. The universe has got your back, and you just need to believe. That's all you need to do. The rest is taken care of. The rest is easy. You just need to believe. And when I say you need to forget about what you want to manifest, it's so true, because that's the only way you do let go of control, let go of the outcome. Like, I'm such a control freak, and recently I haven't been controlling anything, and it's the best thing in the world, because I'm so relaxed, so happy, and I haven't needed to have control over like situations in my life, or it's so weird. Like, I'm just so relaxed and so like, yeah, the universe has got my back. Just take a chill pill, you know? And it's a nice place to be, because then you can just focus on the important things in life instead of worrying over things which either don't matter or aren't going to matter for a long time. And, you know, even when I was 16, when I had no sense of direction, no sense of what I was going to do with my life, just no sense of anything, again, I gave myself that certainty by meditation and just having this knowing that I was going to be my savior, like I was going to do all of this, and that, you know, a man was never going to come in and like save me. I had to save myself. And I think probably a lot of you can relate to that, not necessarily in relationships, but maybe just in life. Like, you just have to save yourself. You need to be your own hero and tell yourself that you can do incredible things, and that no matter what, the universe has got your back. You are a whole person. No one can hurt you. No one can take anything away from you, because you are a whole, complete, happy person. So I thought I would include a little book of the month feature in my little law of attraction videos I'm doing. So I came across this book by Catherine Hurst, and it's from thelawofattraction.com, and it's called The Secret Law of Attraction. I don't know what I was trying to say there. It's called The Secret Law of Attraction. And to be honest, I love this book because I have 12 books to get through. Yes, 12. And this is 60 pages long. So I'm really happy at the size of this book, because I can read it in like an hour. It's amazing. So I'm about a quarter of the way through, and basically this is by Catherine Hurst, who's like a law of attraction expert. And I really am loving this because it's so easy to read, and there's affirmations in here, which I think is really handy, because sometimes I do just like, I'll be, I don't know, like out and about, and I'm like, I really need to get positive right now. So then having a little book of affirmations in my pocket is amazing, and it's so thin, literally I can put this in my handbag. It's, you know, it's not a big bulky book like The Magic. So I'm really going to do this. I'm going to put it in my handbag because it's got such good affirmations in there, and it's kind of like a pocket read. That's what I want to call it. It feels like a pocket read. So I just feel like if I need some inspiration really quickly, I can just go to this book, and it literally talks about so many good things. It talks about a law of attraction jar. It talks about, which is a bit like the box thing I do. It talks about how to love yourself. It talks about how to be, you know, and it also talks about crystals. Really happy about that, because I don't feel enough law of attraction people cover crystals. I don't even cover it, so I'm going to cover it in this because I find it's really helped me. So actually in here it's got a definition of quite a lot of the crystals, which is really good. And it talks about dream boarding, literally everything you can do to just simply manifest. But I think, to be honest, this would accompany all the other good books really well, and just have this as like a handbag book. So put it in your handbag, go out, if you need any inspiration, whack it out, read some affirmations, and you're sorted. And it's probably like a really good book, because when I'm with my friends and they're like, Emma, teach me how to manifest, this would be such a good thing to have with me, because I can be like, oh, it's 60 pages, like just give it a read, or like even just go to a certain point and be like, yes, this. So I'm loving this, and loving how short it is actually, because as much as I love reading books, sometimes you just need like quick information, and I feel this is it. I feel this is like a quick, powerful book which just gives you everything you need in 60 pages. So I will leave a link to that in the description box down below. And also on the lawofattraction.com, they have some like courses and stuff. So I'll link you to them because I've been looking into them, and I think I'm actually going to review some of them because they're actually really good. Forgot about the crystals. Okay, so you can use crystals to manifest as well. Now, some people may be like, some people might be like, oh yeah, I love crystals. I think there's such a kind of love or hate relationship, because I suppose they're kind of, I don't know, like I thought it was kind of like taking it to the next level. I was like, whoa, this is like some serious spiritual shit right now. So what did I get first? I think I got a rose quartz first, just because that's like a really standard normal crystal, which is just for love, like healing, love, attracting like love and things like that. So I think I now have 3 rose quartz. I've got a big block of rose quartz, I've got a small heart one, and I've got a Ganesh rose quartz as well. And Ganesh is the remover of obstacles, and this was quite a freaky example. So in Kyle Gray's book, actually, the 111 spiritual practices, raise your vibration, that's the one I was trying to say. In there it had a affirmation about Ganesh and removing obstacles from your life, and I thought, well, I'll say it like when I cleanse the crystal, because it's a Ganesh rose quartz and I needed a massive block removed from my life at one point. So I just said, like, I read the affirmation, cleansed the crystal, and within a week, I would say that block was removed. So I was really happy. Maybe it was coincidence, maybe not, but I've had so many good coincidences with crystals that I now put it all down to that. So that's what I've done. I love rose quartz. I think it's a great crystal to have for everybody, not just looking for love, but looking for just fulfillment and happiness in their life. I think rose quartz is a good one because it just attracts really good situations and really good kind of outcomes. So I've got a couple of amethysts. They're great with sleeping. I used to have really disruptive sleeps and really like vivid, weird dreams, like when I was going through that bad stage. So I got some amethyst and it literally just sent me to sleep. Literally every night I sleep so well. I sleep like a baby and I wake up really refreshed. So I love amethyst. It's a really good healing crystal as well. So it like I felt like it healed me a lot emotionally. It healed me a lot physically as well. So yeah, I think that's a really important one to have. And then the rest of them, I've just kind of got a selection of like random ones, which just I felt drawn to, or ones which I felt the properties would help me. Like I've got, I think it's called like a honey quartz or something. It looks like a honey colour, and that one's for, you know, helping you to feel more gratitude, helping to attract more things. And since I've had that, that's definitely helped. So cleansing crystals, because I know everybody's going to ask me what that is, you need to cleanse them once a month, and I do it on a new moon because you set your new intentions. I should probably do a whole video about moons, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll include that next time. So I cleanse them on a new moon when I set my new intentions for the month and my new abundance check, and I find it works well with that because obviously like I put my crystals out in the new moon and the full moon to get more energy, and it really does work, trust me. I know probably some of this sounds crazy, but it works. So that's when I cleanse them. You just run them, I've got a Brita jug, so it's important to run them under filtered water, not just tap water. So run them under filtered water and that's it really, and then you just hold it in your hand and like set your intentions. So I'd be like, you know, please rose quartz, help me find love, fulfillment and happiness, sort of thing. So you kind of ask it to help you with whatever the properties of the stone are. So that's really crystals, but let me know in the comments below if you've like used crystals for manifestations. I definitely do. I definitely think it works, and I definitely think it's worth having them to help you along your journey as well, because they're good little aids. Right, so finally, before this video becomes a decade long and we're in 2017, let's talk about the new year and new manifestations. So I've been asked a lot, what can we do with the new year coming up and Christmas to manifest things in 2017? Well, my first thing would be why are you starting in 2017? Start today. Like, I made a list of everything I wanted to achieve in 2017, and I kid you not, I took action on every single one of them a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of them are on their way to happening. So I'm quite happy with that, because I just think, like, why it doesn't annoy me, but when people were like, new year, new me, I'm like, well, start today. Why are you waiting till January? Start today, and then you're going to be further along your line than you were if you started in January. So make a list, of course, and I advise that you like make a list of everything you want to achieve. I wouldn't personally put time frames. I wouldn't personally put in 2017. I would just make a list of everything you want to achieve, because like I said in my previous video, when I found my list of things I wanted to achieve in 2015, I actually achieved some of them in 2016 as well. So I wouldn't really narrow it down to a year, but if you want to and you feel like inspired to do that, then please do that. So just be really realistic, really specific, and really, oh, I don't mean realistic, don't be realistic, go for the stars, but just be really specific and really on the ball and really to the point, because you will get exactly what you ask for. So you want to make sure that, you know, you've put all the little T's and C's in there, and that you're attracting the right thing, of course. So a lot of people ask about my manifestation box, or they ask me to show my vision board, sorry. My vision board is actually in my manifestation box. I don't have a vision board out because I don't feel it helps me personally. I feel it makes me obsess over it, and it makes me think about the things I want to manifest, and then they don't happen. So I did make one, and it just had, like, you know, my dream house, my dream car, my little dog I want, the engagement ring I want, you know, like just job things. So like one of my dreams is to write a book. So I, you know, made a little book on Photoshop with like my name on it and stuff, and put it on my vision board. Places I want to visit, so like the Maldives and stuff, so I put that on my vision board. So it was just little things like that, and obviously words like love, fulfillment, positivity. So I just have literally a shoebox, and I've pimped it up with wrapping paper, pictures, everything, and just written my name on it, and basically like Emma's manifestation box. And all I do is each month I just go in there and write manifestations and just put them in there, just put in what I want to happen. And a lot of people have said this works, and I can vouch it works so much better than having it in front of you. Because if you're like me and you just can't let go of things, and you can't like physically just believe and let go and forget about it, then having something there as a constant reminder every day is not healthy, and it's not good, because it's just not going to happen. And the biggest part of the law of attraction is letting go, and it's probably the stage which people suffer with the most. And I've done it, like I've suffered with letting go of the outcome. And I think with everything, you just get to a stage where you're so goddamn grateful for absolutely everything you have, that yeah, it would be fantastic to have all of these things, but you know what, I'm actually really fulfilled with my life now, and I'm really happy. And if my life was to stay exactly how it is now, I'd still be as happy as if I had those extra things which I'm asking for, or work opportunities, or whatever, like a husband, whatever it is you're asking for. Like, you need to realize that your life now is fulfilled, amazing, and amazing. And with those things, it would be exactly the same. So you're not gaining anything, you're not losing anything, you're just fulfilled and happy and lovely. So I hope you all have a lovely, lovely Merry Christmas and a blessed, prosperous New Year. I will have a video next week which will be my beauty favourites of 2016 and my December favourites. So a roundup of everything I've been loving. I hope this video has inspired you and given you lots of new tips to try. Do check out the description box below, because there'll be lots of links to things and things I've spoken about and books and things like that. So make sure to check it out if you want some further reading. Also make sure to check out my previous Law of Attraction videos if you want some more. So thank you guys for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you all again soon. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and leave me a comment as well, because I always reply to them and I love interacting with you all and hearing all your incredible stories. And I will see you in my video, which will be next week. Lots of love, guys.